Hey everybody! So this is a follow-up on lesson 38 of Let's Improve Cantonese, where I explained why you should never address North Koreans as Honggoyan. Honggoyan, this identifies citizens of the Republic of Korea, aka South Korea. Let's elaborate more on that. So North and South Korea, they've been divided since 1945 after World War II ended. And in 1958, the Korean War began after Kim Il-sung invaded the South, hoping to reunify the southern part as the DPRK, aka North Korea. After 3 years of fighting, the war stopped. Not ended, stopped due to the armistice agreement, which both sides agreed to stop fighting. But because a peace treaty was never signed, both Koreas are technically still at war. Both Koreas, they do share the same Korean language, but they have their own dialects. And since both Koreas have a different political system, there are some different words that they use based on their beliefs. So Hanguk is Korea, as in the Republic of Korea. The full version is actually 대한민국, but because it is so long, they decided to shorten it up into Hanguk. I guess it is equivalent to the Republic of Korea being shortened up as ROK. And the Republic of Korea, they will refer to North Korea as Bukhan. Puk means north. However, calling North Korea as Bukhan is a big no-no if you're ever inside the communist country. They find this very offensive and they would never use this to describe their own country. Actually, even in English, if you call them North Korea, they would also find this very offensive because they view Korea as one. So in North Korea, they call themselves Choson. Choson, it's an old name for Korea before it was divided. And North Korea decided to retain that name. Choson as in the Choson dynasty where they had kings and queens. North Korea's official name is Choson 인민공화국. But because that is so long, they shorten it up into Choson. Like in English, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea being shortened up as DPRK. Also, North Korea, they have a different name for South Korea, and it's not Hanguk. They call South Korea as Namchoson. Nam is South. And of course, South Korea would never use Namchoson to describe themselves. However, if you happen to say any of these differences in either Koreas, well, it's not good obviously, and I don't recommend it, but people's reactions would be different. For example, if you call South Korea as Namchoson, people might laugh at you, think you're weird, or think you're trying to start trouble. Well, if you're in City Hall where it's known for various demonstrations, if you shout out things like 조선 인민공화국, then things might get physical with you.
금리빨 빼고 무조리 씹어먹어 줄게.
However, in North Korea, DPRK, if you say something like 제가 북한에 여행으로 왔습니다 or 북한 냉면 먹고 싶어요, you are going to be in some serious trouble because calling them North Koreans, 북한, it is utterly insulting. Instead, you should say 제가 조선에 여행으로 왔습니다. 조선 냉면 먹고 싶어요. Also, even saying 한국 in North Korea would get you in trouble. So it's best not to share anything about South Korea. 한국에서 박미연 이름 정말 예쁜 한국 여자 배우 만나고 싶어요. Yeah, don't say that. Remember, both Koreas are technically still at war because a peace treaty was never signed. So it is not a good idea to talk about the enemy. Even while you're in North Korea, calling South Korea as Namchoson, unless you're talking something negative about it, it's best not to mention it at all. So yeah, just to be safe, don't ever mention South Korea while you are in North Korea. Okay, I hope this was helpful. If you do go to North Korea, which I don't recommend at all, please keep this in mind. Thanks for watching. 대한민국 만세!